We can make the drill arm. It's unlikely we're going to make the grappling hook. Because we need benzene, which requires blood oil, which requires us to get out there. We only have 3 lithium on top of that. So you know what? Screw this. We're going on a mission. Forget the drill arm. You planted blood oil? Okay. How does one harvest this appropriately? Get close to the root and click on red bits. All the red bits, or do I leave one? Grab them all. Beauty, boys. I subscribe just to get in on the hockey talk as a Columbus Blue Jackets season ticket holder. You know, you got some exciting stuff going on there. It's been a long time since I've seen a GM go that all in. I wish you the best of luck. Like, yeah, I got no negative feelings towards Columbus. What was that terrible noise I just heard? Oh, it's Kate's controller. One more of these. Yoink. I can't believe it's been 2 hours of prep. We gotta build this base, man. I'm not losing any steam, but, you know, I'm playing the game to eventually move forward and beat it. We need visible progress. We've had invisible progress, now we got visible progress coming. Five titanium, advanced wiring kit, and... I mean, this... If we can make an advanced wiring kit, we can do it. This is endgame prep. I love to hear that. You don't really need a secondary base. Yeah, but like, at the end of the day, it's just titanium, right? For the most part, it's just titanium, so... I don't feel like we're losing much, and we're probably greatly increasing our ability to get ores that are located far away, like nickel, for example. I am titanium. I know the song. Wasn't Vancouver the city that rioted after getting bodied in the finals? Isn't Boston the city most famous for dumping a bunch of tea into their harbor and being mean to tourists and each other? And their roads being designed by one of those spiders from the CIA tests where they gave it LSD? Okay, advanced wiring kit, 2 gold and a computer chip. Computer chip, oh my god. Okay. Copper ore. Do we have more? We must have gotten copper while we were out. We riot a lot in LA as well. Well, I mean, here's the thing. The Vancouver, there's been 3 riots that I'm familiar with in Vancouver. 2 of them were losing in the finals of the Stanley Cup playoffs, which is the dumbest ass reason to riot ever. I will never defend my city for that. That's just like some brain dead garbage, basically. The other one was like in the 1990s. Guns N' Roses was supposed to play here, but like Axl Rose was all out of his mind on heroin and didn't show up, and there was a riot. The Vancouver riots are just, there's no reason for them whatsoever. At least the LA riots, you know, there was, you know, some simmering underneath. It wasn't just like, you know, man, Drake's late for his concert. Okay. Advanced wiring kit. Okay, you need a computer chip first. Computer chip requires copper wire. Then we need a bunch of gold. And 2 table corals. Let's go get the table corals. Yo, why is it so cloudy here now? There's a lot of stuff with, you know, about Vancouver. I will defend my city. I love living in it. But, you know, parts of its history are pretty dumb. I mean, you just can't, literally, like, can't defend a riot over sports. It's just absolutely idiotic. What about that dude who ate horse shit after his team won the Super Bowl? Dude, at the end of the day, like, you know, there's a lot of dumbos out there. That's all I think I need to say. I like sports, you know, I follow the Canucks very closely. I could tell you, like, you know, 75% of their AHL roster. And if someone was like, you know, if I was at Game 7 and we got shut out 15-0 and they're like, I'm gonna fuck some shit up, I'd be like, no, you're not. Get in the car, dumbass. We're going home. You really want to get, like, arrested and get a criminal record because your hockey team lost? This is actually, like, the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Amateur Andy. Thank you for the gifted subscriptions. Much appreciated. Hey, man, don't look at me, okay? I voted for I voted for proportional representation in BC, okay? So if you're gonna say, like, my dumbass province didn't... They stuck with first past the post, you're telling me, brother. Pissed me off, too. All the ads were... I admit I'm biased because I live in an urban center, but all the ads were like, you know, just fear-mongering bullshit that I would have thought that people could see through if they had used their brain for 2 seconds. But your call has been placed to your local representative. Oops, you don't have a local representative anymore because your town of 6 people, you lost it, so that Vancouver can have a second one. Doesn't that suck? Boom, boom, boom. Mind you, I will say, the one thing I'll agree with people on is the ballot was confusing. And while being confusing, it did rub some people the wrong way. I can imagine if you lived outside of Vancouver, it was basically like, hey, would you like to vote to have less representation so that, you know, those city slickers who you probably don't identify with can have more? But if you live in Vancouver, you're really like, hey, you know, your town has 5,000 people. My city is 3 million. Any chance we could get a little bit more influence? Anyway, we went from sports talk to politics talk. It's a dangerous road. Maybe next we'll talk about Star Wars. What do you think about bike lanes in Vancouver? I'm for them. Like, extremely for them. Yo, get in the prawn suit. Oh, that's the Cyclops. I am a fool. Get in the prawn suit, my dude. No, I don't want to go. It was... Did you like The Last Jedi? Yeah, I like The Last Jedi. Okay. What's it to you? Yo, cool it, man. You're drowning here. Okay. It was on the panel? In my defense, I have glaucoma. Maybe. Yeah, right hook grapple. Absolutely. Yo, that's left. I'm going down, boys. What the hell, dude? It's a bottomless cave. MLG Pathfinder gameplay. Get out of here, you weird snake. I remember you from like 2 weeks ago. %98 on Steam, by the way. Look, I don't really have a leg to stand on in this one. I don't have a leg to stand on in most of these situations, but in this one for sure. I think it's working. Your jetpack recharges while you're holding the grapple. That's the ticket. And then our grapple recharges while we're holding the jetpack. Hey, hey! Here we go. Oh, we're in the shallows. Oh, we're not in the shallows. We're in the shallows, boys. There's our Cyclops. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. Those are my complex political opinions. I like Star Wars: The Last Jedi. I exist on the side of thinking it's a good movie while simultaneously not formulating my identity around retweeting people who dislike it and going, hey, dunk on this dude. Can you grapple to animals? I've got you in my sights. I've got you in my... Let's go. I said let's go. Thank you. Okay. Last thing. I promise. By the way, after this, your day of Northernlion is not done. I will be live with Kate playing an hour of Dying Light co-op yet again. Then she will be playing something else. It might be Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know. Father, please drink some water. Already had 800 millis today. 800 millis. in the game, my dude. Oh, I thought you were concerned about my well-being, given that I have glaucoma and all that. But I guess not. Did I put my 0, I'm just going to assume that I did put my 0 charge ability in there. And the final step is I'm going to try to get the drill. I'm going to at least look at what the drill's got going on. We got benzene. If we can get there, we're finally ready to go. What would it take to get Granlund from the Canucks? Legitimately, probably like a 3rd round pick. It's not going to be a high asking price. 4 diamonds, 1 lithium, 5 titanium. So it's really about 4 diamonds. Two, 3. I know we have the titanium. Mine diamonds, you say? Heck yeah, brother. We might be out of lithium at this point. Why do you seem to think the Canucks are the worst team in the league, and yet you highly rate all of their players? Yo, we have 1 lithium. I don't rate their players highly. I think that, you know, Patterson is elite. Five titanium. Besser is close. Horvat is a great 2C. And then apart from that, you know, the rest of the team is relatively not very good. Yes, Bo Horvat is indeed a real person. Let's go. I thought you made that name up. A gunk. I got nothing against Jay Beagle. He's just not part of the long-term plans of the Canucks organization, I think. Is he a hoe? He was a hoe. Faux show. No, I don't want to... Oh my god, we had so much crystalline sulfur here. I'd like to access the upgrades, thank you. Are you a Jable? Oh, crap. I haven't seen this week's Jablinski Games video. Here we go again, boys. It's good. Dude, they're all good. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong. I've liked them all. He shaved his beard? Yo. You know what that means. Probably started filming Jumanji 3.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Jumanji 4? Right, I forgot about Zathura. Okay.
Engine powering up.
The name of the video is Jumanji 4? What do you know? Alright, mysterious cave. Let's go, boys. Don't crash into your own base this time. We're finally doing it. 150 minutes into the show. But we did make progress. It's just boring progress. I don't think I need the depth mod for the Cyclops. I mean, I've been down there. I think all I have to do is take my prawn suit down and then use my habitat fabricator to make a base, and then I should be good to go, I think. Do you see any of the beta stuff from UCH that Austin and Justin streamed? I didn't watch. I was away some of the last 2 days, but oh, there's another Enderman. I've heard from my good friends, those two, and also Malf, that the UCH stuff is extremely good, and we should peep it ourselves on the show. I think there's gonna be a battery issue. I don't think. Well, maybe like on the habitat builder. I doubt it though, to be honest. The Cyclops is actually like really energy efficient, if that's what you're talking about, as long as you're not doing silent running or running away at like full speed. I think we're good. Is there going to be a new UCH YouTube series? I'm just here to tell you, probably not. Right now, you know, YouTube, the way I see it is me, Daniel, and Mathis doing collaborative stuff. Who knows what other kind of collaborative stuff might pop up in the future, but I can't say for certain. Otherwise, it's me, myself, and I. No, Mathis doesn't only do YouTube. Mathis has, he streams at twitch.tv/MathisGames probably like maybe 3 or 4 times a week. He's been streaming Metro. He was streaming Resident Evil 2 Remake. Forget what else. Spider-Man, but that was a long time ago. That's true. My man's been playing a lot of Smash. Is he elite? I don't think he's gotten elite. Ergo, he is substantially worse than I am. It's embarrassing. All right.
Engine powering up.
What? Ah, frig! We're good, we're good, we're good. Just gotta repair. He will leave if you don't make noise. That's my intention, dude. I'm looking for breaches. Understood. How can a human body survive 500 meters underwater? Spoilers? Dude, we were at like 150 food. It's amazing. Okay, repair the prawn. Then we gotta find a good base location. The sun may rise in the east at least. We gotta find a good base location. I definitely remember that this is near where we fell down. Did I just save? I got save paranoia. Whoa, now we're talking. We should be at about 700 to 800 meters for the base. Yikes. You hear that? Don't tell me I should save it's been a while, okay? Because I'll believe you. When will you play more Smash? We talked about it a little earlier on the stream today, but the short answer is I don't know. Never and forever. I'm enjoying playing more new stuff. Which, I mean, I should probably play some more Smash, but I haven't really been playing Smash in my off time either. Tetris 99 has taken over. Yo, what is this? Are you gonna peep Darkest Dungeon 2? Presumably, but like, you know. Oh, there's no more room in prawn storage. But I'm not gonna worry about it until, you know, the game is out, which is probably like a long time away. Where the heck is your storage, bud? There you go. Dude, just friggin' dump the titanium. We don't need this garbage. We don't need more silver either. We really need nickel. And sulfur. Am I losing my mind? We have the titanium on the base, Chad. Or on the Cyclops. It's the fortuitous tree. The chosen tree. How are you gonna build it then? Ah, crap! That's an extremely valid point. Does our base get attacked as well? like by leviathans and oh yes, okay. So that explains the real value of reinforced hulls, perhaps. Silver? Titanium. You know, I mean, we suppose we might as well at this point. Chosen tree. Oh. So where should we build? It's got to be around this depth. I have heard people say a thermal vent will allow you to power your base. Like, is anything wrong with this spot right here? This seems good to me. We don't have any more lead. Yeah, I know it's hot outside, okay? You don't need a foundation? We need one more titanium. Why a T? Well, I just needed something. Yeah, the water is not hot. We need to go back for the titanium, dude. Get a little bit more titanium at the top of the waterfall. We can build a hatch and at least get oxygen. T-block, scanner, multi-purpose room is all you need. That's doable, but it is gonna take us a bit. I really did think I was well prepared. Yo, chat, maybe cut me some slack. I've never built a base under a waterfall made of pure sulfur on an alien planet before. I didn't, you know, I thought that we were living in a post-titanium universe. I did not forget the tablets. The tablets are in the locker on the Cyclops. We've done it. We are going to have to do a little ferrying back and forth between the Cyclops and the prawn suit. There's no doubt about that. Thought maybe we were at full inventory. Okay, what are you going to play after Dying Light? Not sure. Oh, let's go, boys. She said maybe Tetris. Yo, who doesn't like watching Tetris? Let me answer that question for you. Nobody. I do like watching Tetris. I just didn't know about it at first. Dude, thank God we had a huge surplus of medical kits. Kate, I think my sense of smell is getting way, way better. You opened the can of Spam. Yeah, she said yes. One more titanium. I don't know what happened. There was like a decade where I basically lost my sense of smell.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
It's back, baby. I don't know what happened, but it's back in a big way. I know I need some water, chat. Just give me a moment, okay? The glaucoma has heightened your other senses. Yo, we got our real base.
Oxygen production offline.
We can at least get out of the heat. It's a start. Okay. Water, water everywhere. Not a drop to drink. We are going to need thermal power generation, which is probably an exterior module. Dude, will we get any solar power down here? Probably not, huh? I don't know, dude. There's some light, clearly. I'm not saying we're going to be able to, you know, mine bitcoins down here. Yo, what are you? Nickel? Copper? I mean, we would like it, but I really like to... We're going to go back to the Cyclops. We're going to eat some melons to rehydrate. Is it light from the sun? How could it not be light from the sun? Hold up for a sec. We're not gonna die of thirst. Just relax. Bioluminescence? Yeah, where did the freaking energy required to make the light that makes them bioluminescent come from, though? Eating a plant that got its energy from the friggin' sun. Okay, that's true. Thermal vents. You know what? You've raised a great point here. I didn't think about that. You got me on that one. Okay. Jetpack's almost done. Send it. Thank you. Did you watch the Flat Earth documentary in its entirety? Thank you for reminding me. I did indeed finish Behind the Curve, the documentary about flat earthers. It starts funny, and it only gets funnier. If you... Oh, no. No, 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 no. I don't want to die down here. If you haven't seen the documentary, please watch it. It's so good. There's two very, very pivotal moments where people involved come so very, very close to realizing they're part of a conspiracy. They literally get 99% of the way to the realization that what they're believing in is a farce, and then they go, yeah, but I'm different. And then they Flat Earth Conference in, you know, Charleston, South Carolina. It's on Netflix. I mean, the one I love is the two dudes who were like extremely smart. They're engineers or scientists of some capacity. They devised these really like amazing studies about how to prove that the Earth is flat. So, I mean, I'm going to spoil a little bit of the documentary, but they devise one where they're like, hey, you know, we got gyroscopes. If the Earth is curved, the gyroscope should show 15 degrees of drift over the course of an hour. Not if the Earth is curved, sorry. If the Earth actually, if it rotates, then the gyroscope should show 15 degrees of drift an hour because, you know, 15 times 24 is 360. So they buy the gyroscope, is $20,000. They do the experiment, and it shows 15 degrees of drift. And they're like, well, that can't possibly be right. So then they put the gyroscope inside of like a Gauss container that reduces interference from a nebulous thing that they call the heaven, which is the energy from the sky. Who knows, right? Basically they're like, you know, there's got to be some kind of interference that's leading to this taking place. So they put the thing in the electrical interference blocker, and it still gets 15 degrees. So they're like, okay, now we gotta build like a special tube to completely neutralize. Okay, I mean, we gotta do something here. I'm looking for native fauna. Please. I killed it. Where did it go? Hey, listen here, you son of a bitch. Where did that fish go, dude? This is why we bring medical kits. Anyway, long story short, they devised like perfect experiments and yet still refused to believe their results. Even when their results were like, they 100% proved what they were trying to disprove. This is like healing inside of the circle in a battle royale. Glunk, glunk. Glunk, glunk.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Easy money, boys. I know we're 10 minutes from the end of the show. I just need to use the bathroom again. I'll resume Troutman in progress. YouTube audio library. Troutman. And then we'll go like here. I'm back. Boom, bam, boom, 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 boom. Did wash hands. You want to smell them? Anyway, what was I gonna say? Save game. Very good idea. Give me some lights. I don't care if we get attacked right now. There's another woman in the documentary by the name of Patricia Steer, and she's like a flat earth podcaster, and she goes on like a little bit about how like there's conspiracies about her in the flat earth community, and like because her name is Patricia, it ends with CIA. So literally there's people in the flat earth community that are like, you know, she's a CIA agent implanted in the flat earth community to steer us into like being wrong, you know, because they're all just 100% like paranoid that, you know, all of these powers that be are essentially there just to ruin them. So she goes like, and then these people, they have conspiracies about me, and they make me think maybe I'm just like them and I'm deluding myself, oh thank you, into believing this conspiracy. Like, how dumb would the CIA be to have to actually say, like, you know, to name their operative CIA, basically. And then she goes, maybe it makes me wonder sometimes and worry if maybe I'm not... Are you okay? What happened? Kate hit her finger on the refrigerator. So she's like, you know, it makes me wonder if maybe I could be tricked into believing, you know, these conspiracy theories despite the fact that there's no evidence. And she looks for, like, into the camera for a second, and then she goes, but I know that's not the case. And you're like, Patricia! Patricia, you were right there! You had all the tools in your grasp, and you chose to just let them go. That's exactly what a CIA operative would say. Hell yeah, brother. It's obvious they know. They're just doing it to get attention. You know, there are a couple people in the documentary where I definitely took that belief. Like, I think there's a couple of people in it that are in it because they're like a big shot of the sub community. But I really feel like most of them take it seriously. Can I just like use... Oh, let's do it like this. Alright. I also hated... There was like a 12-year-old kid at the Flat Earth convention. And the dude's like, how old are you? He's like, I'm 12. And then he's like, who brought you here? And the kid's like, my parents. And then he goes like, give him a round of applause, everybody. I'm like, you fucking idiot. You fucking dickhead asshole. Anyway. And then he didn't answer the kid's question about how high the dome over our flat Earth is. We were definitely this way. Yeah, and the other stuff, like, hey, check out this fan mail that I got. I'm 65 years old. I was introduced to your videos on YouTube about Flat Earth. I introduced them to my kids. They introduced them to their kids, and now we got 3 generations of Flat Earthers. And they're like, isn't that inspiring? And I'm like, yeah, inspiring me to get a big Looney Tunes style hacksaw and chop off whatever part of the continent you live in and let it drift out into the Pacific Ocean forever. I will say, though, that there was like a scientist who gave a talk. Okay, the other thing is somebody's like, the flat earth rider was sick. The dude who built his own like mahogany, quote unquote, flat earth motorcycle, that thing ruled. That guy's a genius. I mean, that's what kind of blew me away. Like, a lot of the people were like, actually really bright people that for whatever reason got sucked into this insanity. But there's like the scientist is giving a talk about how, like, you know, whenever you see a flat earther, you should just think, you know, that's one bright mind that science failed. You know, somehow they got steered wrong, and you know, we can do better as scientists. We shouldn't make fun of them. We should like try to bring them back into the fold. And I'm like, what? Okay, like that's very noble, and I mean that sincerely. Simultaneously, what are you supposed to do when they're going into Starbucks and they're going up to NASA employees and being like, hey, so how did it feel to lie to the American people for 50 years? You know, oh, excuse me, sir, I can't help but notice you seem like a bright fella. Can I engage you in rhetoric, please? You know, okay, I'm gonna close this bad boy up. That's the sound of our garbage disposal, or as we call it in Canada, the garburator. I mean, I just don't know what you're supposed to do in that situation. Yeah, there just needs to be some civility. It's exactly what I'm saying. If we could all just be nice to one another, there wouldn't be problems like this. You are absolutely correct. We should make a beacon. Oh, dude, we should have brought some melons down here. 100% correct. Did you bring water this time? Guess what, buddy? I don't have any water, all right? Okay. So a solar generator will not work, obviously. Hold on, I gotta eat this last piece of Spam. This is like our second city in a civilization game. It's out here with one population. Put the Spam in the bioreactor? Like, in many ways, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Let me in.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
So, thermal plant. We don't have aerogel. What about a biological reactor? Just temporarily. Well, yeah, what about an Erman Milar? Dude, we can't make any of this garbage. We don't even have any aerogel. What the hell am I doing down here? Okay, so I guess the last step before we end the stream for today, and we got a little extra time, I think, because Kate's gonna eat lunch, so we can at least get ourselves relatively set up, although it's gonna be a little bit ineffective. Let's make a grow bed first, a Josh grow bed. And then bring a crap load of marble melon seeds down here. Yeah, I know there's no air, okay? I'm gonna assume the game does not require oxygen for the plants to grow. There are rubies and gel sacks down here. You can put a fabricator on the Cyclops and make 1 aerogel to get the thermi up and running. There's rubies and gel sacks down here. Okay. Rubies and gel sacks. Do you think there's table coral down here? Because if there's table coral, we can also just make a fabricator right here. There's no power, though. You're absolutely right. Okay, rubies, gel sacks. The scary thing is, this is what after, you know, a locker is a genius idea. That is a very, very smart idea. There's rubies right there. This is having prepared for like 2 hours. Although our preparation was not necessarily directly related to building this base down here. And if there's anything we got a surplus of, it's medical kits. This is embarrassing? No, embarrassing is the time I jumped, I was in gym class, and then one of my friends threw up the ball like he was going to give me an alley-oop, and then when I jumped up to grab it, he pulled down my gym shorts, my underwear came with it, and my little pee-pee was out there in front of the whole gym class. This is just being bad at a video game. So a fabricator requires 1 titanium, 1 gold, some table coral samples. Gold, titanium, table coral. All right. We're going back, boys. Please point out gel sacks if you are to see them. What do they look like? Is this a gel sack? They're black with purple dots. I don't know, our inventory might be full. Gray blue balls with purple spots. Were you in my gym class? Why not just bring the Cyclops closer? I think the Cyclops can only go 500 right now. It can also get, it can go 900. But you remember last time, on the last stream when we drove it down here, it's like a friggin' nightmare to get it through the, you know, the Warrens. Yo, we got a lot of momentum on this one. Come on, let's go. Hold it. Hold it. And then we're gonna go up. Anyway, Flat Earth documentary. Very good stuff. I would recommend it. It is, I don't know. At the end of the day, I kind of come to the same conclusion that, like, the scientists came to at the end of the documentary, which, you know, to spoil it, was very much just like, hey, you know, like, Flat Earth is essentially just, like, really dumb, but simultaneously, like, it's also pretty harmless. And then there was one dude who's like, yeah, it's pretty harmless. I see the gel sack here. But, you know, it does also, maybe it's either a symptom or a contributor to this, you know, culture of ignorance we have going on where, you know, people no longer believe in the power of vaccines and people no longer believe in climate change and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I guess, you know, in the whole scheme of things, there's really like two ways you could take it. One way is, hey, at least the flat earthers aren't really hurting anybody. What'd you say, you domey? Sorry, I got sucked into the sulfur. Hey, get away from the prawn suit!
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And then the other one is like, you know, they're part of this increasingly anti-intellectual community that is eroding faith in scientists without like any reason for it whatsoever. Anyway, I agree. It's not as bad as anti-vaccination. I don't know, though. Like, what's the Venn diagram of people that are flat earthers versus people who are anti-vaxxers? It might be like... It might be a circle. I don't know. Because these people that were interviewed for the documentary were not like, I'm a normal person and I believe in flat earth. They were literally like, flat earth is just one piece of the puzzle where, you know... It's the Illuminati. It's the New World Order, you know. Get out of here. Get out of here. Time is a flat circle. Absolutely true. Matthew McConaughey as Russ Cole from the movie, from the television program, I should say, True Detective. It's got the quality of a movie, let me tell you that much. Kate, if you are in chat, give me the A-OK when you're good to go. I would like to make a thermal plant first so I can generate oxygen, and then we're good to go. Like, I need a minute. And I got a chance. There's a high probability there's some flat earthers in chat. I agree, actually. And I hope that you're not, like, thinking I'm being paid off by, you know, the Canadian government to believe that the earth is a sphere. But who knows, man? Like, what I love is that, like, you know, one of the big dudes in the flat earth community started to have conspiracy theories made about him from another dude in the flat earth community and was like, man, this guy is crazy. And I'm like, you really, like, you don't need much capacity for self-awareness. Excuse me, please.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Yo, sour, please. Do they believe the moon is flat? From what I could gather from the documentary, there were a couple of different things that they thought. One is that, you know, basically the heliocentric model of space, titanium must be in the other storage, is just it's a projection made by NASA to control you for whatever reason that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Did I really not bring... I brought lead instead of titanium? You also already have a fabricator. Yeah. Dude, I gotta have titanium in the lockers. There's no doubt. Was NASA making the projections in early Rome? Dude, how would you know what happened in early Rome? Were you there? I don't fucking think so. So why are you trying to talk as if I don't have any titanium? Hilarious. Why are you trying to talk as if you know more than me? You didn't live in ancient Rome. They wrote about the moon? Oh, you believe that? Just because they say the books are old? You just believe them at face value? Were you there when Livy wrote it? I don't think so. Yo, we had enough to make aerogel. Okay. A thermal generator. 5 titanium, 2 magnetite. Did I bring any magnetite? Perhaps not. Okay, so what we're gonna do instead is just bring a crap load of melon seeds down there. And then we'll be good to go. There is some in the river, fair enough. Magnetite is down here. That's all I need to know, man. That's helpful. Thank you. Alright, that should be more than enough. I don't need a water purifier. I have marble melons. Melon seeds can't fix all your problem. They grow without water and provide me water, so... Did you talk about how they raised 20K to buy that gyroscope and then the gyroscope proved the Earth was round? I did. It's just hilarious, dude. Like, I like those guys, believe it or not. Even though they're dumb, remember, they're being dumb about this. At least they're not just making it up. Like, these are guys who are sincerely like, I believe so wholeheartedly that the world is flat. I'm willing to, you know, put my money on the line and do experiments. They're not just like going on YouTube and being like, we did the experiment and it proved exactly what we thought. Like, they're following the scientific method. They're missing one valuable part, which is you don't wait to publish your results until you have results that match the hypothesis you started with. But they are at least like, they're not fabricating the results to be part of the conspiracy. Hopefully one day they'll realize their error. I really genuinely don't believe it, because like the way they devised these experiments where they're like, you know, if we hold up the light at 17 feet and we see it from this far away, that means the Earth is flat. If they hold it up 23 feet and we see it, that proves that the Earth is curved. They hold it up at 17 feet, they're like, Roger, brother, I can't see it. Then they hold it up at 23 feet and they're like, very interesting. Think we need to do a new study now to figure out what's going on. It's like, even when they prove what they were trying to prove, or what's the inverse of your null hypothesis? You get the idea anyway. Like, I don't think they'll listen to their own reason, which is hilariously ironic because of the fact that, you know, their experiments are very, very well designed. That's the dank hypothesis. I think the dudes doing the experiments started to realize it, but, you know, they were too entrenched. I can agree with that. It was also, like, I love that the you know, real reporter was like, if the Earth is flat and it's surrounded by a 200-foot wall of ice, why don't you just, like, go? Why don't you just go to where the wall of ice is supposed to be and prove it? And then they're always like, aha! See, that's exactly what we're planning on doing. We're presently organizing an exploratory committee to figure out how we're gonna get the fund. What are you talking? Just go. I mean, I'm not saying like just walk across the, you know, the southern Atlantic Ocean, but you don't need like $100 million to go to the South Hemisphere. Just go to Terra del Nuevo and then, you know, take a puddle jumper a bit. Doesn't make any sense.
Warning, emergency. emergency power.
NASA
only.
will bomb them from
Oxygen
orbit if they do
production
that.
offline.
Dude, you know, like, after college, like, a bunch of my classmates went to Thailand. That's like 90% of the way that you need to go. And they didn't have any money. You guys are like in your 50s. Surely you can call up some kind of bank and be like, take out a second mortgage on my house to prove or disprove this 200-foot-high wall of ice sort of deal going on. Anyway, I'm going to save, and, dude, that's going to put us in a real janked situation next time when we come back, but that's going to be funny. So that's cool. Aussies travel to Whistler Blackcomb. That's like 95% of the way to the ice wall. Dude, if you're in Australia, you're already 95% of the way to the ice wall, right? You just fly like southwest. Don't people, like if you do an Antarctic expedition, they do it from like, from New Zealand? New Zealand and Argentina, I think, so.